Trigger state.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh,
I forgot.
all right. Welcome, Diane. Welcome, Carrie.
Hi.
So good to have you today. Diane, did you do your 7-day detox this week, or are you still waiting for one to come in?
I did, but I think I should do it again.
We only want to do it once a quarter at the most per year,
Okay.
once every 3 months. We don't want to do it continually.
I
So,
feel like my stomach gained 20 pounds.
well, did you weigh yourself on a scale?
Yes, it's the same.
Okay. And were you turning in, I guess, I don't know if you were in a group to turn in your food journal, Diane?
No.
Okay. Why don't you take down my phone number and send me a picture of your 7 days of journaling? My number is 701-220-6135. Okay. Can you take a picture of your 7 journals and send them to me, and you and I can have a conversation? Okay. So you feel like your tummy is bloated, like your tummy's gotten bigger?
Look at that. It's big.
Oh, you're breaking up. I didn't hear what you said.
It's big. I feel like I bloated.
Yeah, that's what I just asked. So there may be something that you ate this week that you have a sensitivity to, and that
Fried
caused,
fish.
what was that, honey?
Fried fish.
Okay. And did you bread it?
We went out.
And was it breaded?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really common. Some of the most common food sensitivities are gluten, peanuts, dairy, and honestly, eggs. So I hope nobody has an egg sensitivity. But when you were being weighed and measured, I told Teresa to watch if there was anybody who lost 2 inches or more on your waist, which could have been like right under your chest, right here, or lower, like down here by your belly button. If you lost 2 inches or more during detox week, we want to really be careful as we add foods back in to see if you have a food sensitivity because that wasn't weight loss, that was inflammation loss. And so, what Diane's talking about is she has inflammation in her belly. When you have bloating and you eat something and it feels like your pants need to be, your belt needs to be on a bigger size. Take note what you've eaten. And if you've eaten something in the last 24 hours, usually the number right here is bigger because your tummy is right here underneath your chest. Okay, that's your stomach. And then if you've eaten something in the last 48 hours, it's lower down here in your digestive, in your intestines. That number can be bigger. If that's where the expansion or the inflammation is, it's probably something you've eaten in the last 48 hours. So, Diane, I would guess that you have a gluten sensitivity, and we should be really careful to keep that out of our diet. Even things like soy sauce have gluten in them, unless you get a gluten-free one like Bragg's amino acids or one that says it's gluten-free on it. Okay. So gluten can hide itself. Sometimes, like shredded cheese can come with a little bit of flour or gluten in it to keep it shredded and not sticking together in the package when you buy it. Gluten can hide in seasonings like taco seasonings. Sometimes they put wheat in there to keep it as an anti-caking agent. Um, and I want you, we're going to talk a little bit about label reading today, that you are not just looking at the Excel spreadsheet on a label that says how much fiber, protein it has in it, how much carbohydrates and sugar, but you're also reading the narrative or the paragraph underneath. And we're going to see that in just a minute when we watch this video, that the first ingredient listed in the paragraph is what there's the most of in that um, package. So, like, let me give you a good example. Like when you buy chicken stock, if chicken isn't the first ingredient, don't buy the chicken stock. Okay. If you buy like I've even seen things like peanut butter, and the first ingredient is sugar, not peanuts. And so you want to start looking at that. And if sugar in any of its forms is in the first seven ingredients, it's probably not going to be low glycemic. Okay. So, and that's what we're going to talk about in the videos today is a little bit about glycemic eating and what is the glycemic load. So let me sum it up by before we start. The reason we put these glucose monitors on you guys is to see how food impacted the monitor. And I'm not there, so I can't visit with you personally, but you can be your own food detective. I do have people who come to class and grapes, just three grapes, will drive their blood glucose up over 140. Then we know that grapes are not a great choice for you fruit wise. You need something with a little bit more fiber, and perhaps you could even be eating like a hybridized grape that's been bred to produce more sugar. I always know at Christmas time there's these giant grapes that are they're like cotton candy. They taste so sweet. And you know then that they're the sugar that they've been bred to produce and have more sugar in them. So this is why, we can write maybe grapes on the food chart there, but surely there are more tart grapes and there are more sweet grapes. And we can talk about like bananas. The riper a banana gets, my goodness, we can put it in banana bread and make it the sweetener for banana bread when it's super ripe,
Right.
right? But when it's greener, it's lower in glycemic index. So this goes right along with processed foods. The more processed any food is, like when we take a whole orange and we eat a whole orange and we're getting all that fiber and pulp with it, that's going to be a low glycemic index fruit. But the minute we process it and squeeze it through, some fine mesh and take all the pulp out and we put it in this beautiful clear plastic jar, now half a glass of orange juice is going to spike your blood sugar to the ceiling. That's no longer a low glycemic fruit when it's in juice. Same with apple juice. Great to eat the apple, maybe not some of these hybridized apples like the honeybee apple, but when you squeeze that and process it and you put it into a liquid, now we just have all this liquid. And I think the Kellers noticed this. I think there were like craisins or dates or something that you ate. And when you take a fruit and you dry it in a dehydrator or in a process like grapes, we dry them, they become raisins. Um, those are concentrated sugars in dried fruits. So dried fruits are not the best choice for your fruit these days, okay?
Okay.
It's better to eat the whole fruit closer to its natural state on the plant is always going to be lower in the glycemic index than something that's had been processed, whether dehydrated, cooked, combined and melted down. And I think some of you began to see you might not be, one person might be able to eat two apples and be just fine, and another person eats one apple and it spikes their glycemic index. Or you might have a favorite brand of grape or a favorite brand of um, mango, those champagne mangoes at Sam's Club when they come in, they're so yummy because they're high in their glycemic index. So what do? We might want to take, my husband loves raisins in his yogurt. And so then I just make sure I put a lot of other fiber in there, maybe a non-gluten granola or blueberries or strawberries in there with it instead of having, maybe 3 tablespoons of raisins. I cut that back to maybe 2 teaspoons. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
So fine, then now the load, the composition of what we've made together lowers the glycemic index. And this is evidenced by when we talk about eating your fiber first. This is that whole idea of eating your salad first with the veggies first. That's going to come in then and go across the nutrition line. And the body's going to go, oh, there's not a lot of sugar in there unless you pour, tons of sugary dressing on it. And it's going to say, this is low glycemic. We're only going to pump out so much insulin. And then what comes after it, your chicken or your beef or your turkey or your shrimp, It's all going to have more of a level flow of insulin in it, and thus it's going to be better for building muscle. The more muscle you have in your body, it is energy hungry. More muscle means that you can eat more food, more fuel, and burn it quicker. More muscle means you're going to have a higher metabolism. So, part of what we do here is teach you to retool your metabolism. And the way you do that is to build muscle. So, this is where our GLP-1 friends who are trying to take a shot to reduce the weight of their body sometimes are missing the mark. Because if you are a GLP-1 shot person, you need to make sure you really ramp up your protein and you really keep exercising and you get some digestive enzymes in there so that as the food comes through, you're not going to lose your muscle fibers. Has anybody seen someone who has what they call Ozempic face, where when they lose a lot of weight, they just get really sallow in their cheeks
Mhm.
and they lose a lot of, the structure of their face? This can happen if you take away someone's appetite and then they don't eat the right amount of what we call macronutrients. So, when you look at your new page, phase two, which Lisa's been eating, you're going to see a ramp up in protein. Okay. So, we want to eat our fiber and our protein first in the meal. And then if we're going to have a fruit, you notice we've either done that all by itself or we've done it with veggies, right? For the snack. And some of you are thinking, well, I'll just skip that. Well, fruit is good for you. It does have lots of phytonutrients. It's got lots of enzymes in it, especially that lemon that you're making in the morning. The lemon, half a lemon squeezed in warm water. And if you wanted to mix that with your fiber powder or you wanted to mix that with your trim tea, that's great. But that lemon is actually waking up your gallbladder. The enzymes in the lemon are activating your digestion process. It's cleaning out when you use lemon pledge or use lemon on your stove and it cuts through the grease, it's actually cleaning out your colon and it's balancing your pH. So the lemon water, I would encourage you to continue that. It isn't necessarily on your tracking sheet, but warm lemon water every morning, or Jolene, if you can't get it in the morning, you can do it at noon with your lunch, is just a really great way to keep your digestion flowing smoothly with those fresh enzymes out of a fresh lemon. Questions about that? No questions. Okay. I'm going to play a quick video of Melanie Nelson again, explaining what we're doing in phase two. I think she does a good job articulating that. Now, remember, she's using TLS, Transitions Lifestyle System, as our acronym, of which we've changed to Go Trim because transition means a whole new thing in the world than it did 20 years ago when we named this program. So we had to change the name of our program to Go Trim. But I still think it's a good video. And since I can't be there, I thought this was a good way to share. So I'm going to share. See if I can get that out to open. Can you see it, Connor?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to blow it up and go.
Well, hello there, Melanie Nelson here, Director of TLS. We're coming into phase two, wrapping up detox week. And what changes? A few things. Take a look, you guys, at our 30-day jumpstart booklet. And we have in here, in page 8, phase 1 and phase 2. So what happens in phase 2 here, you guys? Take a look. We increase our protein content. So in detox, it was 2 servings a day. In phase 2, it's 3 to 4 servings a day. Also changing is we're decreasing the amount of fruit to 1 serving a day. Okay, that's important for whittling the waste down. We're reshaping, we're ramping up the results here in this program. Understand, side note, that Our 30-day jumpstart kit is our what we would consider maybe one of our more strict programs. And the whole point is that you are launching your TLS journey off with absolutely fantastic results so that day 31 you transition into one of our more lenient programs that you can maintain, because ditch the diets. They make us grumpy and tired and affect our well-being and health. And so TLS is a lifestyle you can maintain. This is about launching your success journey here with us, and know that day 31 you could be transitioning into Sure and Steady, and one of our more lenient programs. Okay, so understand that you could ramp up your fruit again later, but just not for these next 3 weeks. All right, now obviously we know in detox we could add unlimited veggies. We could add veggies on the hour and every hour, but here we're going to go back to 8 to 12 a day. We're going to stay with no sugar, no dairy, no grains, no starches, and no alcohol. Again, one of our strictest programs. You can do this. I know you can. The other thing that we get to add, which is very exciting, is our TLS shake, which is going to taste like heaven because you have been eating so many veggies this week. And so our chocolate and vanilla are both fantastic. We get such great feedback on the flavor of our shakes. And I know that Sarah is going to actually post a video here more about what's in them and what makes them so awesome. So be sure to watch that. Now, during this phase 2, you'll be doing water in a shaker bottle with these and 2 scoops of the shake, about 8 ounces, 3 ice cubes. Tastes really good when you mix it up like that, as your 2 snacks for the day. That is the pure, unadulterated 30-day jumpstart kit. Or you find that that might be a lot of food for you. Between the 3 meals and the 2 full shakes, you can go down to 1 scoop if you'd like. And just a little less water. Now, when you come off of this program, you can do all kinds of fun things with them, right? You could put them in a Vitamix with all kinds of fruits and veggies, or you're on the go, but you want to add a little bit of something. You know, I'm one of those people that's kind of like, you know, good, better, best kind of thing. We've got all kinds of things going on in the kitchen here. So remember to adjust your tracking sheet here and to grab the fitness exercise guide, because in it, that's what we're adding in phase 2. We took a little reprieve during detox week, but in this exercise guide is tips as well as a calendar. Now, understand we're all at different fitness levels here, and we encourage you to find your fit within TLS. So some of you are seasoned fitness buffs and athletes. Fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing, but you may find some cool new things or just some changes you can put into your current routine with some of our workout downloads. And for those of you who are maybe beginner to intermediate, you could follow our calendar. It's a great guide, you guys. So have fun with that, because we want to give the body a facelift in this next 3 weeks. It's going to be amazing. Phase 2 commences soon. Let's make it happen. Thanks so much for watching.
Okay, so we're going to increase protein. So those of you who are only eating like 2 eggs for breakfast, we might want to add some clean chicken sausage to that. You might
Vaginal
want
tissue can thin by up to 50%
sorry,
after
it's playing
menopause.
in my
I just found this medical diagram on
background
Facebook
and I
and
need to shut that off. Sorry. I got my YouTube going on without me. Now I lost you. I'm back with Melanie Nelson. There we go. Can you see me now?
Yep.
A little tech glitch there. So we're going to increase protein and we're going to decrease the fruit to 1 fruit. Now, one of the things I love to do with my fruit, I love to take an apple and cut it up and throw it in a saucepan and put some cinnamon on top of that and maybe a little nutmeg and heat it up and stir it up. And it's almost like a crustless little apple pie. That's a good dessert and full of fiber, still tasting sweet and has that nice cinnamon taste to it. Cinnamon is a natural blood sugar stabilizer, so anything you can add your cinnamon to is great. How's the Trim Cafe going for? Go ahead.
It's delicious.
Good.
Really, really good. Yeah.
Okay. And you're past the headache stage of getting off of the coffee.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Jolynn Pennington, were you doing Trim Cafe? I can't remember who was doing Trim Cafe. Maybe it was Kelly.
Just me.
Nope,
Trim Cafe.
no, we're not doing that.
No, I didn't have that part.
Or Trim Tea.
Yeah. Tea, yeah.
You were doing the Trim Tea.
It's very good.
Mm-hmm. And Kelly, you're doing Trim Tea too, right?
Yes, I have
Yeah.
tea.
And so, in Kelly's kit, she's got a 30-day supply of fiber powder, which is awesome because continuing to get that fiber in there is great. Now, when you add in the protein shake, you'll see that that's got 10 grams of fiber in it as well. So, this is why in the Jumpstart Phase 2, it talks about having a shake in the morning for your snack and a shake in the afternoon for your snack. And as Melanie said, for some of you who are tinier, like you, Jolynn Keller, that might be a lot for you to take on. Maybe you want to do just one scoop of the TLS shake and do maybe 4 ounces of water for your protein shake snack. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a TLS Go Trim protein shake recipe book in the Go Trim site. I'll show that to you in just a minute. And it's got some great ideas for how to make shakes, how to use it to make other things as well. Okay, like there's a great Go Trim pancake mix where you take the protein shake and an egg and smash a banana and a tiny bit of baking powder, and you can make fantastic pancakes that are gluten-free. And I wouldn't use maple syrup on them, but if you want to smash up some strawberries and make a compote for a strawberry type of um, syrup on it, or just put fruit on it, that's great. Remember, we're not adding back in sugar. Are some of you noticing that vegetables taste differently? That some of your food tastes differently as your tongue detoxes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Food tastes better because now those overactive sweet taste buds on your tongue are calming down, and some of the savory taste buds are waking up. And that's what we want, so that food tastes you can taste the fullness of food. That's the detox of the palate that's happening. And now, hopefully, all of you have run through with your colon detox, with your 7-day detox. Even those who are doing phase 2 right now, you're going to see that you're making more trips to the bathroom, I hope. Sometimes I pull out what's called the Bristol stool chart. If you want to look at that to see what a well-formed stool looks like so that you know you're having healthy bowel movements. Um, Certainly things like colon cancer and diverticulitis and IBS, it's important to know what a healthy stool looks like and what you want to be getting rid of daily. And you need to continue to move your bowels daily so that what your body's using is being absorbed and what your body's not using, it's getting rid of. That's one of the first principles of health is your digestion, getting rid of what you don't need. So if some of you are still perhaps because of the fiber that we're taking in, I know some of you said, I feel bloated or I feel like, wow, all this fiber in there. In the beginning, you could have some gas from all that fiber. You could have some change in your bowel movements from all that fiber. But now that you've ramped that fiber up, it should normalize out. Some of the gas should go away. If you had some distension in your belly from it, I wouldn't decrease the fiber. I would, watch. There could be, something you're eating. Like certainly, Diane, if you ate breaded fish, just get rid of the breading. It wasn't the fish that was bad. You can see the certain foods that are causing that bloating for you. Now, fiber is one of those that if you've been eating like the average American, less than 5 grams of fiber a day, we're trying to ramp you up somewhere between 26 and 30 grams of fiber a day. Write that down, 26 and 30 grams of fiber a day. So in order to do that, for some of you, staying on the fiber powder would be a great idea to keep cleaning out the colon. One of the ingredients in our NutriClean fiber powder that you just got done taking for 7 days, actually there's PubMed studies on it that show that it reduces the risk of colon cancer dramatically. And there's also prebiotics. That's what fiber is. It feeds your good gut bacteria. And that NutriClean fiber powder also has glutamate in it, which causes the junctures in your gut to tighten up. So that if you were struggling with leaky gut, we're also working on that factor. Did you all read the email I sent about insulin resistance?
No.
If you didn't
No.
read the email, I sent you informative email to all of your emails that you left with me. If you did not get the email, you can send me an email at pamtorg, T-O-R-G, @gmail.com and let me know that maybe the email that you left me on your commitment sheet didn't transfer well and you didn't get the email. But I did send an email to everyone about insulin resistance, and that's what we're trying to break the back of. That basically means that when your food, if you're insulin resistant, and a lot of people in the United States are, that when that food comes through the pipeline and your pancreas pumps out insulin to try to drive the glucose from the food into the cell, your cell, because you've had so much insulin over time, has become resistant to letting the nutrition into the cell. So then you can actually store adipose tissue, especially around your belly and core and thigh area, and not use that nutrition to build healthy new cells, which would not be good. That is part of the obesity epidemic in the United States of America. So we're trying to break the back of that insulin resistant. We want your cells to be sensitive to insulin so that they can intake the glucose from the food that you're eating and not just keep it out there circulating in the blood. Because when it's out there circulating in the blood, it can do nerve damage, it can kill cells, and this is why we see people with diabetic neuropathy or diabetic amputations, because first you lose the feeling in your feet and your fingers, and the next thing you know, you've got an infection in your toes, and then they cut them off. And that's the way diabetes goes. So I've heard people actually say to me, "Oh, I'm just going to eat whatever I want, and then I'm going to get on metformin or an insulin shot, and that'll take care of it." No, you don't want to do that because insulin has a tendency to destroy your eye cells, your nerve cells, and it causes cell death in the body. So we want to be good and sensitive to the insulin that our body pumps out, and we want it to help the nutrition get into the cells so we build healthy new cells. That's the whole reason we're looking at your blood sugar level and trying to keep it stable. Okay? Questions about that? Do you understand why we're trying to keep your blood sugar stable?
Can
Bill?
I add something about the
Yep.
fiber powder quick?
Yep.
So just today, to know that fiber does so much more in our fiber powder, the ingredients are such a good blend that we use it at the clinic for mental health. Okay, so the research behind fiber and depression, especially in teenage years, it'll drop depression by 20%. Okay, just by increasing fiber. Today we looked at, so we actually test neurotransmitters in the clinic, right? So your feelings. And we have, this is a child, but they have no motivation and high anxiety. But when we ran the test, their glutamine and GABA levels are low. So guess what the precursor for those are? Glutamate and increasing the fiber to increase the glutamate and the GABA to better the mental health. So GABA is your anxiety. Okay, that's your relaxation. So we actually just gave them one product, fiber, to kind of help with this anxiety, depression stuff that's going on, right? So that low motivation, that low energy type depression type feeling, and then on the flip side, that anxiousness too, right? So just in one product, we use it all the time, and people wouldn't think of that in the mental health field, right? And it's just getting these things in for that, again, the bowels to move, the body to digest properly, and to get your neurotransmitters functioning. So yeah, it's just as you're talking about fiber, I'm like, well, I use it for something totally different, but it's such a good product, you know.
It is. And our very good friend, Dr. Deidre Mason, who's a medical doctor, naturopath, it's one of her top 9 is having fiber powder on board every day because it's so hard to get the fiber that you need in the typical standard American diet. And when we're talking about processed foods, when I say the word processed food, shout out what you think that is.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, somebody said. Okay. Yep. Anybody else?
Cereal.
Girl
Cereal.
Scout cookies.
Yep. Anybody
It's
else?
in here, pre-made foods.
Right. Things that are pre-made. So in other words, if it's been mashed, if it's been processed, if it's been put together, pretty much the middle of the grocery store. And
Yeah.
when you look at some of the studies that are out there, it talks about just even food that's made by hands instead of food that's made by machines is you're going to be healthier in your outcome. So what do I mean by foods that are made by machines? You've all seen on the processing uh, table, like whether it's hot dogs or chicken nuggets or and you think of those, well, those are protein, Pam. Can I eat those this week? I wish you wouldn't. I would wish you would go to the store and get some chicken thighs. They're really inexpensive and throw them in a crock pot and put a little seasoning on there, onion, garlic, whether it's onion and garlic powder, all right, that's already a processed seasoning, or real garlic and real onion and some salt and pepper and a little bit of clean soy sauce. I prefer you use Bragg's coconut aminos or Bragg's amino acids, not like a Chinese soy sauce that's going to have gluten in it. And you put that over the chicken breast and you can cook that on low for 3 to 4 or high for 3 to 4 hours or low for 6 to 7 hours. I lost the class there, Connor. Um, you can see that that's going to cook up and have this really tender, juicy chicken. Now you could take that and you could put that on your changing computers. Okay, can you hear me still, Rob? Can you still hear me, Rob? I need a text from Rob to see if you guys can hear me.
Put a small circle like this, a little smaller.
How we doing? Can you hear me now? Now I've got 2. Computer died. Getting it reset up. Okay, perfect.
I'm gonna log into this.
Sure. Hold on, excuse me.
Researcher of text.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Diane and Carrie, we're still here together. We're just waiting for the class to come on again. Well, I've got 2 screens that are live and active for you.
I can hear them.
Yep.
Mine's right there. You know, my file, I have file on my phone.
Let me know when we're back up, Val or Alexis.
That works.
Let me know when we're back up.
We already got the other one.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see your picture, but I don't know if we're there we go. Now we got 2 on again.
That can be turned off. We're not using it anymore.
That's all.
How are we doing? Let me know when you can hear me again.
Yeah.
That's 1, 2, 3.
I put it in the bowl and I try to mix it around so it's not all.
Sorry, Diane and Carrie.
Ready to start it.
I don't know which one it is.
Come back together. Okay, let me know when we're back together.
So you'll like it there.
Well, you're still
Okay, there
logged
you
in.
are.
I'm gonna.
I see you, Connor. Can you hear me?
What's the password?
Connor, I see you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I
hear me now?
Yeah, that one's pretty easy. The speed is right. Yeah.
Sorry to hear you, There. Now, Connor, I see you twice. Now, Connor.
Yep.
Getting it put up on the TV and then we'll be good. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Lexi. Just when you think you have it all together.
Pam?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yep. Sorry about that. Other computer died.
That's all right. I totally get it. I so appreciate that you're here. They're helping us. Big hand for Connor. Good job. Didn't panic in the moment.
And Jaden. Jaden helped too.
I see a big future ahead for you in technology. Okay, so while I've got you up here, I want to make sure that I share. Can you see my screen? Can you see the Go Trim site?
Yeah.
Okay, this week's homework is I want you to go to this Go Trim site and I want you to go under resources and under educational videos. And I want you to watch Understanding How Glycemic Impact Eating Works. Some of the things that we've mentioned already are right here in this video. It will review it. And then I want you to go and watch week 2 as well, reading food labels, unlock the secret to healthy eating. Okay? Does everybody have that? These two are what we're going to focus on this week. This will talk about glycemic load, which is eating your fiber in full completion with your protein, which brings that glycemic index down. So we can look at the glycemic index of every single food out there. And would you know carrots are actually high on the glycemic index? But it's something that nobody's going to eat 3 pounds of carrots, okay? So it's a measure of the weight of a product and what the glycemic index is if you eat that. And honestly, it seems crazy, but peanut M&Ms are low on the glycemic index. But to tell you, let's eat peanut M&Ms and not carrots, you would all in your conscious mind know that that was not a good idea, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, but the concept is when we start adding fiber and protein into the load, so when we put carrots into our stir fry, that's why they're great. They have great fiber, they have great taste. They are sweet, but we mix them into the stir fry and they're going to give the load a lower number because they're in there with things like green peppers and other vegetables, cauliflower, broccoli, and the load of all of it together is going to be low. And this is where you're going to see that glucose monitor affected. I know a few of you had some spikes in your glucose monitor and you were like, why did that happen at 8 o'clock at night? I wasn't even eating. One of the other things that can be happening is all of a sudden you have stress. If someone calls that stresses you out, or you're doing homework, or a report that's due, or my glycemic index was higher today. I spent the whole morning at the hospital hearing I was going to need surgery when I thought I was being so good and I wasn't going to need surgery. My glycemic index moved up because of the stress of that. And it wasn't because of what I ate, let me tell you, because I was eating really perfectly beautifully. And it was the stress that caused it to go up. And that, as Val can tell you, can be a part of your genetics as well. So without doing a gene test, we're helping you to be a food detective by journaling what you're eating. I know maybe you felt like maybe Pam made too many comments on all of your journals, but part of the journaling is in itself an education, right? You're seeing that maybe Lisa Turnus was doing a great job with getting her food in throughout the day. Some of you have some gaps in the day where you go longer periods without eating. The challenge of phase 2 is going to be get that 12 hours where you're not eating at night, but then throughout the day, don't go more than 4 or 5 hours without eating. We want to help that blood sugar to stabilize, okay? And so if that's still a problem, next week we're going to go on to week 3, which is this unlocking the potential of your metabolism. And what that's going to go into, just like we were talking about fiber powder, this is going to talk about all the supplements that we have at our fingertips. So to go with that, I want to talk just a little bit about Go Trim Slim. Now, all of our products now start with Go Trim. Like Go Trim Slim, Go Trim Thin, Go Trim Axe, Go Trim Thermochrome, Go Trim Fat and Carb Inhibitor, and you're like, oh, it's confusing to have that Go Trim at the head. So from here on out, I'm going to try to just say the secondary word, which is slim. Okay, slim will actually raise your level of metabolism. You will burn more at rest, just like you did a 30-minute workout. That's what it does, is it raises the metabolism to burn more fuel, and it will thus bring down your blood sugar monitor because the metabolism is going to rev up. Now, if you're someone who's caffeine sensitive and you can't necessarily, maybe you've tried thermochrome and it's a little too much zip for you, or if you have a heart issue like atrial fib, or your heart can race, this is the product for you instead of thermochrome. This actually will give you the ability to burn fat, reduce the fat, boosts your metabolism, doesn't compromise muscle mass. So this is one also for the people who are on a GLP-1, which when you eat fiber and protein, you're telling your stomach to create that peptide. You're telling your stomach to create GLP-1 because each one of you make your own GLP-1. Did you know that? And we're trying to enhance your body's ability to burn fuel and to lower your hunger hormone, ghrelin, and raise your leptin hormone, I feel full. Okay. So this is one product that actually will ramp up your metabolism. If you feel like your metabolism's stuck, helps keep your cholesterol and glucose levels on track. So this is one thing we put our pre-diabetics on to try to get their metabolism to turn up. And it's really a great product when it's put together. It's has no GMOs, it's gluten-free. It's called Slim, okay? So we call it exercise in a bottle because it's boosting your metabolism. And that one, along with another one called Trim, Go Trim
We got a question.
Thin. Let me type this in and then you can ask your question. Okay, go ahead, Rob. You didn't spell it right. Go ahead, Rob.
It was
Joanne.
Joe.
Oh, I was just wondering if there's a certain time of day that a person should take that to make it most effective.
Well, what the instructions are all on the bottle. Follow the instructions on the bottle. And this one, when you take it with the Slim, we're seeing some really great control of hunger. This one actually makes the GLP last longer in the digestive tract and ups the production of it. And that's that appetite regulating hormone. So if you're still having food noise, where you're like, when's the next meal? When are we going to eat? This is a great one for that. The only thing is, when you take this, sometimes if you've been someone who's depended on your body, your tummy growling, or that feeling of maybe lightheadedness, and you're like, oh, these are my hunger signals. This is going to shut those hunger signals off. And the only thing I don't like about this supplement is then sometimes people think they can go longer than 4 hours without eating. And then now we're back on muscle wasting. Okay. So this one does work great, but you do have to recognize one of its downfalls is that without hunger, some of you will stop eating, and you need to fuel so that your mitochondria, which is your powerhouse of the cell, feeds energy into the system. Okay. So it gives you function to utilize fat and metabolize it. It gives you promotes ATP production, which is ATP is your body's ability to produce energy and sustain energy, and it supports insulin sensitivity and glucose control. So this is an excellent product, and combined with the Slim, we've seen massive results, especially with people who struggle with a lot of food noise and aren't big exercisers. This week, when you're on phase 2, it's time to ramp up your exercise, okay? And by ramping up your exercise, I mean, I really want you to get in 30 minutes a day of movement, okay? If you're not a big movement person, then break it up into 10 minutes after each meal. Or if you can just go for it, we're going to have some beautiful days coming up. Go for a 30-minute walk if you can't do 10 minutes at a time. Or get some stretchy bands. That's what I'm doing now as I'm laid up, as my plan is to do, some stretchy bands. Do you know what I mean when I say stretchy bands?
Yes.
Okay. And in that guide, which I'm going to go back here to our resources and to our program downloads, and you can find in here, I think it's just under exercise. If I can spell it right. What is that called? Our Go Trim exercise journal. Rob, did you have a question?
No.
Okay.
Where did you get the calendar?
Say that again.
Where did you get the calendar?
The calendar. I'm unsure what you're asking about.
She showed a calendar before with
It was in the exercise. It's in the exercise thing.
Oh, and you know what? I can find it right here under fitness.
Pam, I think you have to put Go Trim 30-day in the search.
Mm-hmm. Right here. Go Trim 30-day jumpstart exercise guide. Okay. Go Trim 10-minute at home exercise guide. And then these are all additional workouts. This dynamic warm up, if all you did was start with that, you would find yourself sweating. So I think what you're asking, Diane, is for this, where she goes in and breaks it out to the calendar like this. Is that what you're asking for?
yes.
Okay. That's where it's found under fitness. And then these break down into abs, arms, shoulder, neck. Not that I'm to be your workout guru, but if you do arms one day and legs the next day, then you give rest to the upper body while you're working out the lower body. Here's legs, here's back, and you don't want to work to the point where you hurt yourself. Some of you, if you've not exercised much in the past, you may want to hire, here in Bismarck, the YMCA, or in Mandan, or up at BSC, the aquatic center. You can pay for a personal trainer to put together a little exercise routine for you, pay for to get together with them once and then do the exercise routine they give you, and then maybe pay 2 weeks later to get together with them again to up that exercise routine. Those are some good concepts over at Power at Sanford on Friday noon. You can pay to just go, and they hand out an exercise regimen and check you, spot you to see if you're doing them correctly so you're not hurting yourself. And they're all levels of fitness. They show you what to do if you're not so great. Another one that I love, if you go to YouTube, I love this one, As You're Aging. This is one of my absolute favorites. It's called Abby Mills. I think I'm spelling it right.
Oh, there it is.
Abby Mills Yoga. Is my screen still sharing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, this Abby Mills Yoga, it is a subscription on your phone, but she's an excellent teacher. If you start looking at it on your phone, it will come up more and more. Like here she is, get up off the floor unassisted. If you can't get up off the floor unassisted, this is a great way to strengthen your body so that you can do this. The number one reason you're going to go to a nursing home is you cannot transfer from your bed to the toilet. Boy, has that become real for me this week with my broken leg. So here she's going to talk about how do you build up to getting up off the floor unassisted with your hands. And you can do it in stages. It's 6 minutes. Then she's got all these different great exercises, which are like 3 minutes or 1 minute, depending upon, is it your knees that need help? Is it your pelvic floor? Um, and these are all pretty geared toward the beginner and using things that you have at home, from your stairs to maybe a block to a chair, and your sciatica. If your sciatica is hurting, this is a great one. You can get sciatic relief from your bed, things you should do before you get out of bed in the morning. Here's a 10-minute strength class for those who are over 50. And these are really gentle exercises that help with practical
This is the
things that are
bariatric
going
gelatin
on.
bedtime recipe that took me from
Yes, this
198
is
to
ridiculous.
147 in
Don't
just a
do
week.
that.
It's natural,
Is
simple.
that the recipe book she was talking about
This
when she
is
was
terrible.
doing in the video?
What's that?
Is that the exercise book? Is that what she was talking about in the video that she showed
Yes,
with
on the
the
Go
shakes?
Trim Slim. This right here is what she was talking
Okay,
about.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yep. And so everything that you really do need, I know I'm giving you extra things you can do, but everything you need is on this site. So let's go real quick through the site. I'm on Go Trim. I landed on the landing page, right? If I hit resources, there's the videos, here's the
Okay.
program downloads, here's the recipes. If you haven't downloaded the recipes yet, which I think some of you haven't, then you're going to have a hard time making the recipes that help you. Here was the detox recipes. Now, phase two, what we're in, is really known as fat shredder. And these recipes are really going to be helpful to you. Here's the 2 eggs over greens, easy spinach egg bake, grain-free protein pancakes. I was just talking about this one uses 2 scoops of the nutrition shake, some applesauce, 2 eggs, and cinnamon to taste. Okay. Zucchini hash browns. I saw Kelly, A+ for you for using zucchini zoodles to make hash browns. Here are some nutrition shakes. If you want to mix in together spinach, kiwi, pear shake, spinach, strawberry, avocado shake. You just want to be careful that you don't mix too many fruits in there. You want to make sure um, you're getting a good balance. Okay, here's a Napa cabbage and avocado salad. Cabbage is going to keep you detoxing. Some of these are so quick and easy to make, and others might stretch you a little bit. Here's some great like Asian sesame dressing. Here's a ranch dressing. I saw Kelly, you made this too. Good for you. Sweet mustard vinaigrette dressing, refreshing lemon lime dressing for your salads, for over your fish. These are some great soups, everything from carrot soup to vegetable soup. You put these in the blender and then you get that nice creamy, different flavor on your tongue. If you were in my house, I would make some of these for you. Earl and I like to cook these up for you when you're here, but this was a bigger class, so we didn't get to do it. Here's a balsamic chicken breast, I think is excellent. Meatballs, turkey meatballs, so good if you're not a big meatball fan. This actually is a really great recipe. Tastes very different. Get your air fryer out, get your grill out, your Blackstone grill. Here's deviled chicken. A couple other ones here I really like. Of course, chicken stir fry. I saw a lot of you are stir frying things. That's great. Make sure you're using your avocado oil for that. Um, Also, break out the salmon. Make sure that it's a wild caught and not farm raised. I like to mix my tuna with my avocados and make a spread and put that on celery sticks, or inside a roll up of lettuce leaf, romaine lettuce leaf. Here's the balsamic kale. Good job again, Kelly, for making kale chips. How were the kale chips?
They were really awful.
What did you do? Did you burn them?
No, well, I don't know. I made a mess, and then I couldn't get them to do it. Yeah, and then I didn't do as much as the recipe called for, but I put in that much salt, and they were so salty you can hardly stand it. It's like, oh.
Well, we
So it's
made
like
these at the
that's
house.
enough for today.
Lisa Turnus, you've had these at my house before. And you got to get enough, oil on there just to help them to crisp up. And if you use, one thing you can use is like cayenne pepper if you like hot, Or if you like salt, don't over salt, but use a big granular salt. I just like the gentle flavor of the avocado oil on them. But you do want them crispy. So if you're going to do them in your air fryer or you're going to put them in your oven, these are really great. I think when we make these, the kids absolutely love them. They just kind of crisp and then melt in your mouth. So not too much salt though, right, Kelly?
Oh, yeah. I screwed up with
I
that.
saw some of you, but good for you for trying. Cauliflowered rice is excellent. How many of you have tried the cauliflowered rice? Now you can buy riced cauliflower right at Target or right at the grocery store. Then you don't have to, grind it up in your blender and worry about getting it too mushy. And I like to put, carrot sliced or matchstick carrots or matchstick broccoli in there with it. I like to put ground turkey burger. Lisa, you've had this at my house. We make kind of a hot dish out of it with brown. How many of you made the turkey chili?
Yes, it was delicious.
Good.
It is delicious.
And that is something that you can really load up on because mostly it's just vegetables with some turkey burger in there. And if you're going to get enough burger in there to get your protein in, I mean, that should be super filling. Guacamole, if you haven't made some guacamole yet, go for that. You can dip your chips in there, the kale chips or veggies. I like to dip all my veggies in there. I like snap peas, especially with that. And break out of just the celery and carrots. There's snap peas, there's cherry tomatoes, there's broccoli, there's cauliflower. Did anybody try the jicama? Nobody tried jicama yet.
I tried it before and I didn't like it. Yeah, me too.
Okay, so somebody
I
wants
want to
to
try it.
volunteer to bring jicama next week and cut it up fresh so everybody can taste it. Teresa's good at that. Maybe Teresa can
It's
do
a
that.
large ball and it's big. And it's JRC.
It's very good. Okay, so this Go Trim page has everything you need on it from now over here. You'll see this is the drop down. So the educational videos, the program downloads, the recipes, the fitness. Again, Diane, that's where I found the fitness calendar you were looking for. Okay. If you feel like you're just getting discouraged during the day, I would go back here and look at some of these success stories and look again, update your dream board. Do you want to print off one of these pictures? And maybe this is what, you're looking to get rid of the menopause belly, or you're looking to build some more muscle, or you're looking to get rid of the muffin top. These are all true stories of people who've gone through this program, and everything from 56 pounds to 30 pounds to even 10 pounds. I just watched Mary Claire Haver and her friend Dr. Vonda talk about even losing 10 pounds decreases the torque on your knees by an exponential of 3. So if you lost 10 pounds, you literally took 30 pounds of pressure off your knees. So if you're someone who has joint problems, which I've never had, but now I guess I'm going to have, every 10 pounds, every 5 pounds counts for torque on your joints. All right. You've got your new journal page. You're going to keep taking a picture of it at the end of the day and send it into your coach. Okay. Please do that by 9:30 so we don't have a bunch of ding ding dings at 10 o'clock at night. I've been answering them the next day because literally I've been going to bed at 8 o'clock. You keep sending them. It's okay. I shut my ding 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 off and I've been answering you again the next day. Usually I answer them that night, but I've had
Oh,
extenuating
is that every night?
every night. Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
Diane, you're going to send me all 7 of yours for last week so we can take a look at that, okay?
I
Carrie,
had a really bad week, so I'll send
Carrie,
I'll print it out and send it to you.
Carrie's going to send hers to Val. And that accountability is really important so that instead of unconscious eating of bad food, we are now becoming conscious of everything we're doing. And that's the painful place you're at. But as you keep filling these out, you're going to become conscious of eating good food. And then you'll become unconscious. You'll just reach for the good food and just unconsciously not even look at the bad food. And that's when the lifestyle kicks in. Okay. when you unconsciously choose the good food for you, that's when the lifestyle begins. Instead of making minute by minute choices, you've got it ingrained in you as a habit that it's great for you and helping you along the journey to get to your goals. So if you haven't made a dream board yet and put it on your fridge, put it on your cupboard where you open, please do that. Good job again, Kelly. She made one. It can just be words, energy, kneeling, bike riding, snorkeling, whatever it is, or it can be pictures. You can cut some of those pictures out of the success stories that I showed you. Does everybody have their phase 2 journal sheets? Is there anybody who doesn't have their phase 2 journal sheets?
Phase 2 journal sheet.
Do you have it, Diane? I'm going to share what that
As
is.
soon as I get the printer going, I'll get it done.
Okay, I'm going to share where that is again. That's under 30-day jumpstart. Okay, we're down here. Here's the 30-day jumpstart recipe booklet. Here's the jumpstart tracking sheet. Here's the 30-day jumpstart booklet. I think this tracking sheet, yeah, here we go. It's the second page right here. So we're going to do water in the morning, well, our isotonics, then we're going to do water, protein, vegetables. You got to make these vegetables exciting. I saw, Rebecca, good job. You've been throwing sauerkraut in yours. That's super good for your gut. Protein, this can be everything from chicken, turkey. Again, I'll go back to the book. The book is back here. If you've forgotten already what your food list is. Here's your recipe booklet because some of you don't have your kit. This is what came in your kit. No, that's the recipe book. Excuse me. I got to go back again. Right here. Here's the booklet. In the booklet, it's got the sheets and the phase 2 foods. Okay, so here we are, phase 2 foods. Can you see this? Should I make it bigger? Can you see that better?
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so we're doing that 16 ounces of water, a serving of protein. Now, a serving of protein, as you go down here and you look, phase 2 rules, jumpstart foods, keep going, keep going, keep going, past the fruits, down to the proteins. Women, we're looking at one serving is 4 to 6 ounces at breakfast. I would love for you, if some of you are capable and like to use tech, Rob, I'm thinking of you specifically. I would love for you to graduate to using the Lose It app. And Teresa, do you want to talk about this Lucid app and how it helped you?
Absolutely. When I was doing this, my biggest challenge was making sure that I got enough protein. So I downloaded the Lucid app and I liked it. It's free. You don't have to pay for it, but I liked it so well. I actually, in the lifetime subscriber, it's awesome because when you enter your food in there, it will tell you how much protein, everything that's in that food, it'll track. And you can track your weight, you can track your protein, you can track your hydration, you can track your sleep, you can track your exercise. And I liked it because every day I could start in the morning and by the end of the night, I knew exactly how many calories I took in, how many calories I burned in exercise. I mean, I loved it. Because I am really bad at just going for 4 or 5 hours and not eating. So that's why I was struggling with getting my protein. So I love that app. Try it free. If nothing else, just download it and try it free. I think you'll really like it.
And really what we want to shoot for is 100 grams of protein. All of you in this room could do 100 grams of protein, except Rob, you know that you're on the 60 gram of protein approach. So knowing how much you're actually getting, I think you would all be shocked at how little you're actually getting. And sometimes we get confused between ounces and grams. So that conversion sometimes, not that I want you to get obsessed with numbers, it takes care of it here on the Lose It app. You can literally take a photo of your meal and it will estimate what you've got there. Now, every once in a while, it's going to be incorrect, right? Because I'll take a picture of my turkey burger that I made out of ground turkey and it'll think it's hamburger. So you might have to help it a little. But once you get some foods loaded in there, right, Teresa, then it kind of knows your modality too.
You can add the recipes, because I have a lot of my own recipes, detox recipes, phase 2 recipes that I made myself. And once I have them added and I named them, I could save them in my Lose It app. So every time I had a serving, I just called it that recipe 1 serving and it loaded automatically. It actually looks like this if you're looking for it in the store, in the app store.
Rob, this is something I would strongly encourage you to do with your situation. I think this would be very insightful for you. So Teresa is very good at this, and she's right there with you if you want to ask her some questions after class about that. But you probably have a few people you have to weigh and measure yet. Teresa, is that true?
2, we have 2.
Okay, great. Awesome. All right. Any questions?
What was your phone number again, Pam?
701-220-6135.
Okay.
Okay. All right. If you
And
don't
email
have
in text by 9:30?
Yep.
9?
Yep, 9:30.
9:30. Okay.
With a picture of your food journal, okay? So
Okay.
that phase 2 and Lisa, it's great that you're still on phase 2. I'm sorry that your detox not here yet, but it's still working for you. It's still going well. And we're going to ramp up exercise this week, 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, whether it's 10 minutes after each meal or you're going to do a 30-minute Avi Mills yoga, or you're going to download this. Oh, look at here, Jolynn Pennington. I'm actually in your site.
I saw that. Boy, no privacy anymore, isn't it?
All right.
I'm advertising for you. All right. My leg is aching. I need to go lay down, and I wish you a good week, and I'll see you again next week. All right?
All right.
Take care.
Take care of yourself.
I will. Absolutely. You can say a prayer for me on Wednesday when I get my plates